Hello everyone, welcome to maths class. All of you know that we are going through chapter number 2, that is factors and multiples. And from this chapter, all of you have learned some topic from this chapter. And in your previous class, you have learned about the divisibility rules of some numbers, that is from 2 to up to number 12. You have learned all of the divisibility rules. So today we will know about some properties of divisibility. There are some important properties of divisibility. Today we will discuss that. So the first property, that is the most important property of divisibility. If a number is divisible by another number, it must be divisible by each of the factors of that number. So if a number is divisible by any number, then that number will be always divisible by each of the factors of that number. Okay, so let us try to understand this with an example. Suppose I have written a number 36, and you know that 36 is divisible by 12. Divisible means if you divide that number by another number and you will get the remainder as 0, then that number is divisible by the another number. Here I have written a number 36 and the another number is 12. So if you divide 36 by 12, you will get 0. So that means 36 is divisible by 12. So here 12 is a factor of 36, or 36 is divisible by 12. And you know that the factors of 12 are, what are the factors of 12? 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 and 12. So then 36 will be divisible by 1, 36 will be divisible by 2 because the one's digit is 6, 36 will be divisible by 3 because the sum of the digit is 9 and that is also divisible by 3. That's why 36 is divisible by 3. 36 is also divisible by 4, 4 9 is 36. 36 is divisible by 6 and 36 is also divisible by 12. So what we can get here, if a number is divisible by another number, then the number is also divisible by each of the factors of that number. তাহলে কোনো একটা নাম্বার যদি অন্য একটা নাম্বার দিয়ে ডিভিজিবল হয়, তাহলে সেই নাম্বারটা যে এই যে অন্য যেই নাম্বারটা দিয়ে ডিভিজিবল হচ্ছে সেই নাম্বারের প্রত্যেকটা ফ্যাক্টর দিয়েও ডিভিজিবল হবে। ক্লিয়ার? I think this property is clear to everyone. If you have any doubt, you can ask me. Next property. So we can get to result here. Every number divisible by 9 is also divisible by 3. But why? Because 3 is a factor of 9. So if a number, suppose 27 is divisible by 9 and 3 is a factor of 9, that's why 27 will be divisible by 3. So আমরা দেখেছি যে কোনো একটা নাম্বারের যেটা ফ্যাক্টর হবে সেই নাম্বারের ফ্যাক্টর গুলো আবার ওই অরিজিনাল নাম্বারটার ফ্যাক্টর হবে। Clear? 27 is divisible by 9 and 3 is the factor of 9. That's why 27 will be divisible by 3. Okay? And similarly, every number divisible by 8 is also divisible by 4. 8 is divisible by 8 and 4 is a factor of 8, and so 8 is also divisible by 4. So if a number is divisible by another number, then the original number will be divisible by all of the factors of that number. তাহলে কোনো একটা নাম্বারের যদি অন্য একটা নাম্বার দিয়ে যদি ফ্যাক্টর হয় বা অন্য একটা নাম্বার দিয়ে যদি ডিভিজিবল হয়, তাহলে সেই অন্য নাম্বারের আদার নাম্বারের যে ফ্যাক্টরগুলো থাকবে সেই ফ্যাক্টরগুলো দিয়েও অরিজিনাল নাম্বারটা ডিভিজিবল হবে। ক্লিয়ার? নেক্সট প্রপার্টি, ইফ আ নাম্বার ইজ ডিভিজিবল বাই ইচ অফ টু co-prime numbers, then it must be divisible of their product. So if a number, all of you know about co-prime numbers. Co-prime numbers means if the number does not have any factors other than 1, যদি দুটো নাম্বারের মধ্যে যদি 1 ছাড়া কোনো কমন ফ্যাক্টর না থাকে তাহলে আমরা সেটাকে বলবো, সেই দুটো নাম্বারকে আমরা বলি co-prime numbers. So if a number is divisible by each of two co-prime numbers, it must be divisible by their product. Product means multiplication. If a number is divisible by each of two co-prime numbers, suppose 3 and 4. These are co-prime numbers. 3 and 4 are co-prime numbers. So suppose here I have written 12 is divisible by 3, right? And 12 is also divisible by 4. 12 is divisible by 3 and 12 is also divisible by 4. And I have told you that if a number is divisible by each of two co-prime numbers, then the number will be divisible by their product. যদি কোনো একটা নাম্বার দুটো co-prime numbers দিয়ে divisible হয় তাহলে সেই নাম্বারটা তাদের প্রোডাক্ট দিয়েও divisible হবে. So 3 and 4 are co-primes. So the product of 3 and 4 is 12. So 12 is always divisible by 12. Okay. Next, let us see another example. Suppose 2 and 3. These are co-prime numbers. And if I take a number 972, you know that if the last digit is 2, then that is divisible by 2. So this is divisible by 2. And 972, the sum of the digits 9 plus 2, 11, 11 plus 7, 18. And 18 is divisible by 3. That's why this number will be divisible by 3. And this number will be also divisible by their product. That is 2 into 3 gives 6. Okay. Because 2 and 3 are co-prime. So if the numbers are co-prime and if any number is divisible by both of that numbers, then the number will be also divisible by their product. Clear? Next property. If a number is a factor of each of the two given numbers, then it must be a factor of their sum. That means if a number is a factor of each of the two given numbers, যদি যে কোনো দুটো নাম্বারের ফ্যাক্টরস হয় একটা নাম্বার, তাহলে সেই নাম্বারটা তাদের সাম, তাদের অ্যাডিশনেরও ফ্যাক্টর হবে. সাপোজ 5 is a factor of 15. 5 3s are 15 and 3 is a factor of, and 5 is also a factor of 10, right? 5 is a factor of 15 and 5 is a factor of 10. And this 5 will be factor of their sum. 15 plus 10 is 25. Right? 5 5s are 25. So if a number is a factor of the two numbers, then the number will also be the factors of their sum. যদি একটা নাম্বার দুটো নাম্বারের ফ্যাক্টর হয় তাহলে সেই নাম্বারটা তাদের সামেরও ফ্যাক্টর হবে. ক্লিয়ার? And if a number is a factor of each of the numbers, then the number will also be factor of their difference. So if a number will be factors of two numbers, then the number will be the factor of their sum and also be their difference. Clear? Suppose if we find the difference, 15 minus 10 is 5. So 5 is also a factor of 5. Okay. So if a number will be a factor of any two numbers, then the number will also be the factors of their sum and also their difference. Difference means subtraction, sum means addition. Okay. So these are the main 4 properties of divisibility. I am repeating the property. First property is if a number is divisible by another number, then the number will be also divisible by each of the factors of that another number. যদি কোনো একটা নাম্বার অন্য কোনো আর একটা নাম্বারের দিয়ে ডিভিজিবল হয় তাহলে সেই নাম্বারটা ওই যে নাম্বারটা দিয়ে ডিভিজিবল হচ্ছে সেই নাম্বারের প্রত্যেকটা ফ্যাক্টরস দিয়েও ডিভিজিবল হবে. Next property, if a number is divisible by each of two co-prime numbers, it must be divisible by their product. So if a number will be divisible by any two co-prime numbers, all of you know about co-prime numbers. So then the number will be the factor or will be divisible by the product of the co-prime numbers. Next property, if a number will be divisible by 2, if a number will be the factors of two numbers, then the number will also be the factors of their sum and also be their difference. Okay, so these are the properties of divisibility. So you have to remember this property, and if you have any doubt in these 4 properties, I am discussing all the properties with some examples. So if you have any doubt, any queries in this property, you can ask me. Okay, so let us proceed to the next topic. So in your previous class, you have learnt about prime numbers and composite numbers, and you have also learnt that what are the prime numbers between 1 to 100. All of you know that there are total 25 prime numbers between 1 to 100. But after 100, how can you identify any numbers will be prime or not? 100 পর্যন্ত তোমরা প্রত্যেকে প্রাইম নাম্বার শিখেছো যে 1 থেকে 100 এর মধ্যে কি কি প্রাইম নাম্বারস আছে। But today you will know how can you identify after 100 which numbers will come. How can you identify those numbers are prime or not? So first rule I will tell you about to find prime numbers between 100 and 200. So if I tell you a number between 100 to 200 and if I will ask you that number will be prime or composite, how can you identify that? How can you identify that? Examine whether the given number is divisible by any prime numbers. To find the prime numbers between 100 and 200. So if I will tell you a number between 100 and 200 and you have to check that number is prime or not, how can you check that? How can you check that that number is prime or not? So first of all, you have to examine whether the given number is divisible by any prime number less than 15. If yes, then it is not prime, otherwise it will be prime. So you have to examine whether the given number is divisible by any prime number less than 15. If yes, then it is not prime, otherwise it will be prime. So যে নাম্বারটা দেওয়া থাকবে 100 থেকে 200 এর মধ্যে সেই নাম্বারটা এক্সামিন করতে হবে যে 15 এর থেকে ছোট যে প্রাইম নাম্বারস গুলো আছে সেই নাম্বারগুলো দিয়ে যে কোনো একটা নাম্বার দিয়ে ডিভিজিবল হচ্ছে কিনা। যদি হয় then that number will not be the prime number, আর যদি না হয় then that will be prime. Clear? So suppose I will tell you a number 117. This number lie between 100 and 200. So you have to examine that is this number divisible by less than the prime number 15, less than the prime number 15. 15 এর থেকে ছোট প্রাইম নাম্বার দিয়ে এটা ডিভিজিবল হচ্ছে কিনা। 15 এর থেকে ছোট প্রাইম নাম্বার কি কি আছে? 2, 3, 5, 7, 11, 13. সো এই নাম্বারগুলো দিয়ে ডিভিজিবল হবে কিনা চেক করতে হবে। 2 দিয়ে এটা ডিভিজিবল হবে কিনা ফার্স্ট। তো লাস্ট ডিজিট ইজ 7. সো দিস নাম্বার ইজ নট ডিভিজিবল বাই 2. This number is not divisible by 2. 3 divisibility rule, you have to find the sum. 1 plus 1, 2, 2 plus 7, 9. So 9. So this number is divisible by 3. So that means this number is divisible by 3. So I am telling you that if the number is divisible by any one of this number, 2 or 3 or 5 or 7 or 11 or 13, then that number will not be the prime number. তাহলে যে নাম্বারটা বলবো 100 থেকে 200 এর মধ্যে সেই নাম্বারটা যদি এই নাম্বারগুলোর মধ্যে যে কোনো একটা নাম্বার দিয়ে ডিভিজিবল হয় তাহলে প্রাইম হবে না, আর যদি না হয় কোনো নাম্বার দিয়ে ডিভিজিবল then that will be the prime number. So 107 is divisible by 3. That means 117 is not a prime number. Clear? Clear? Next rule, to find the prime numbers between 100 and 400. So 100 থেকে 200 এর মধ্যে হলে আমরা এই নাম্বারগুলো দিয়ে ডিভিজিবল হচ্ছে কিনা চেক করব, 2, 3, 5 or 7 or 11 or 13. এবার 100 থেকে 400 এর মধ্যে, suppose I will tell you a number 263. This number is greater than 200. So you have to check whether this number is divisible by the prime numbers less than 20. 20 এর ছোট প্রাইম নাম্বার গুলো দিয়ে ডিভিজিবল হচ্ছে কিনা। So what are the prime numbers less than 20? 2, 3, 5, 7, 11, 13 and 17 and 19. So this number is not divisible by 2. 2 plus 6, 8 plus 3, 11. So this number is also not divisible by 3. This number is not divisible by 4. This is not divisible by 5. And this is also not 7. 7 3s are 21. So this is also not divisible by 7. This is not divisible by 11. This is not divisible by 13. And this is divisible by, this is not divisible by 17. This is not divisible by 17. And this is also not divisible by 19. Divisible হবে কিনা যে 17 দিয়ে এটাকে ডিভাইড করে দেখবে কোনো রিমাইন্ডার আসছে কিনা, 19 দিয়ে ডিভাইড করে দেখবে কোনো রিমাইন্ডার আসছে কিনা। যদি রিমাইন্ডার যদি আসে তাহলে ডিভিজিবল হবে না, রিমাইন্ডার যদি 0 চলে আসে তাহলে দ্যাট নাম্বার ইজ ডিভিজিবল বাই 19 or 17 or 13. Clear? So 263 is not divisible by any one of this number. এই নাম্বারগুলোর মধ্যে কোনো নাম্বার দিয়ে 263 divisible নয়. That's why 263 is a prime number. Clear? Is a prime number. So you have to write like this way. 263 is not divisible by any of 2, 3, 5, 7, 11, 13, 17 or 19. That's why 263 is a prime number. Clear? So today you have learned about some properties of divisibility and about the trick to find the prime numbers between 100 and 200 and between 100 and 400. So if I will tell you a number from 100 to 400, so I have told you the rule, how can you examine that number is divisible, that number is prime or not. Okay, so if you have any doubt in your today's class, you can ask me now.